Hello Sagittarius, I'm here to do your full moon and Aries reading, the Hunter's Moon for 2022. And this will be highlighting your 5th house, Sagittarius. Fun, dating, romance, children, your creativity. So, let's see what we have. Welcome back to subscribers. Welcome to anyone new to my channel. If you are new to my channel, I am a reader that is called in and out of this collective work. And I'm noticing since I have returned to this platform, because I used to, have YouTube partner, lots of subscribers, Google checks, personal readings all over like years ago, but I've been called away from that, and but now I do like to come back and still give these messages. It's fulfilling for me, and even though I do have a small, modest subscriber count, if you resonate with my style of reading, I just do feel like it's good for me to still use the gift and help those, even if it's just one person. So, all right, Sag. At the end, I'm going to clarify with the Moonology deck and get another message for you. So, let's begin with the recent past. Gentle Gardener, 6 of Cups. It's very affectionate energy here. This is also, I feel, for some of you, planting seeds to have a child, or nurturing a child, teaching them gently, guiding them in a very loving way. There's also some of you who could have recently connected with someone in your past, a friend or a lover could have resurfaced here, and there's just, it's almost like nothing changed between you. There's this loving, caring energy that, there's always love there. So some of you definitely could have reconnected or reconciled too with the current relationship. And so I feel like there's been just a lot more tenderness, and for some of you who are in relationships, tenderness in that connection. And for some of you, you just may feel like you made a connection with someone in the recent past that brings you back to a time in your youth, or a connection you had in your youth, or there's could be some type of past life connection that you have with someone or made with someone in your recent past. And even for some of you, remembering and nurture those things that you did do in the past, that you those seeds that were planted in the past for you, what you like to do creatively or for fun. You might have gotten back in touch with that space if you just been so busy adulting, and there's something maybe that you recaptured from your youth that you forgot you like to do. What we have for the current point of advantage, we have Wizard of Awareness, and we have the 8 of Cups. So being in this space now, I feel that this is, awareness for you of what no longer is fun, what you would not, tolerate in any longer as you are maturing, because, we grow older, we mature, and that old adage, like when I was a child, I did childish things, and then when I became a man or woman, you put them away. So a little bit of that could be going on for some of you. And as far as relationships goes, some of you could become aware of a feeling that there's some emotional detachment going on, or you could be emotionally detaching in a connection. Because again, this is in your past. You made a connection, very tender, very sweet, very gentle. You could be aware that there's a detachment going on in a certain connection or friendship. And again, these are energies, so I'm never really focused on one person. I'm focusing on what you will notice as far as any of your potential relationships and situations within this 5th house for you. So for some of you too, you could be aware maybe something with your child is, your child is growing, and how they're maturing, and how they're realizing that there's some things that they need to leave behind. And I'm thinking of something very kind of, in a way, like you taking some toys and giving them to a younger child because like they no longer play anymore. They, you know, you no longer play with them, or you know, your child is developing more interest or different things that they want to do, and so now you're being very, you know, aware of that. You're taking notice of how they're maturing and they're growing. All right. Okay. I just got another message, but I'm going to move on a little bit because I feel like for some of you, there could be something in the past where you wanted. Some of you could be also dealing with empty nest, or that's coming up. And then I'm picking up for some of you Sagittarius of like in the past, maybe desiring children. Maybe in this space you're feeling like maybe that's a thought you want to walk away from. Changes that have gone on in the world may have affected your thought process about bringing life and children into the world. So that could be something too. It's just very minor, but it did come up, so I wanted to mention it. What we have for the challenge or resistance, we do have the talisman with the Queen of Wands. And this is your energy, Sagittarius. And I feel it's like standing in your own way, or I feel like it's like your temperament, because of like maybe things you've been through in the past. Now, talisman is about utilizing your power to carve out a path for yourself, and your openness to a new path, or how to use your gifts or your talents or your creativity. I'm getting an energy of like feeling like it's all over the place, or there's a need to use what you've suppressed, if there has been anything suppressed. That is helpful to you as far as an ability, something you can do, your creativity. Yeah, and then so if it's a resistance or a challenge for you, it's like maybe your enthusiasm to use something, or your motivation, or what is your motivation. Some of you could be maybe a challenge of, and even for Stu, like what is my gift of what are my gifts, how to recognize that, and even for some of you. Even allowing a child the freedom to express and explore what it is they want to do, like giving them that freedom, allowing them to, could be something that's a challenge for you, especially if you're, you know, very protective parent, guiding parent, and those protecting and guiding is something that parents should do. So when you have children, it's not just about feeding, clothing them. Those are the basic things. There's also that emotional, psychological support, and then, you know, showing them the positive things in life that, you know, yeah, the world can be a stressful place. There's a lot of changes and things always going on, but then, you know, so and to this, the talisman has some scars. They've been through some things, but they've realized and balanced that, realize that there's a yin and yang to everything. You know, life is not just about fun. You do have to work. So that's also something too. Maybe for some of you, you maybe feel like there's some things you want to do, but work is getting in the way. Whatever position you have in your career is maybe taking a higher precedence. And if there's something more creative you want to spend your time with, it's possible that you are in this awareness that, am I happy in the work that I do? Am I having fun? You know, and we all have to work to survive and live, and most of us. But it's good to be productive. It's healthy to be productive. But there's something here that maybe you feel like you're not having the opportunity based on what the responsibilities that you have to get your paycheck and pay your bills. You know, it's not allowing you the space and time to use your gifts and your power, like, or whatever power or gifts you've attained from skill, or just what comes natural to you, what you have. So it's putting it into action, putting it into action where you are utilizing your gifts. It just might be something of a challenge or resistance too, with, you know, Sagittarius, you're a confident sign, but it's also, you know, there could be a crisis in confidence a little bit about following what your dream is, or what's really going to make you happy. Okay. Okay. This also could be another person. I'm gonna come back to it because I feel like it is something that I'm gonna pull back to. So Your unexpected help is unexpected. Yeah, unexpected help, unexpected visitors, and the Seven of Wands. Okay. So it's almost like being, there's something unexpected, but it's like you're safe of whatever's coming up or coming at your way. Um, because an unexpected visitor would change your plans. You also, you're doing something and all of a sudden you get a knock on your door, or a phone call, and that disturbs whatever you were doing. It's almost a sense of too, like, it's like a boundary, but I feel like it's an elevation. It's an energy where you're being elevated unexpectedly. You may get to a point where you're able to have a higher perspective, but also do something on a higher scale. Now, dating and having fun, things like that. There could be something here where someone arrives that stands out to you. If you're a single Sagittarius, you may want that it, unexpectedly walks into your life. You may feel that this person stands out in a way, or is at that space where, what they do for fun or what they do for enjoyment, or, again, this is a lighthearted house. They may be in more alignment with you. And I feel like too, being on top of your burdens, like something or someone even coming in to help you release some burdens, or even, and then for some of you, there's, okay, that's where I'm getting this. If some of you have a person here that seems to have some influence over your romantic partner, I feel like there's some type of boundary with this individual or energy, or someone maybe trying to control what you do or control your path. And for some of you, you might be breaking free from an environment where you've maybe felt restricted, or like you couldn't get to where you want to be. With the Seven of Wands, I feel like there's something here of an elevation. And unexpectedly, and someone too, I feel like you'll meet someone who does things a bit differently, like, or on a more like higher scale. Like, there's where this person takes you, or what they do for you is more like on a higher scale. Like, they don't want to just take you to the local Red Lobster. Like, no, they want to take a trip to, I don't know, they want to fly you somewhere and take you to like the highest, like, cuisine restaurant, whatever there is. Like, it's kind of like an upgrade or something like that. It's a little bit of that. It might be something like that. It's like something's raising up in a level, but unexpectedly, like, or someone comes along too who's maybe a bit on your level as far as like what your fun or what your idea of fun is. That comes along, that someone you can have that, higher level of fun with in some way. Getting weird messages with this one. All right, but your advice, Golden Palace and the Moon. All right, so this is also what I was getting for some of you. Some of you may have elevated, and not just like, in your finances, your taste, and what you do like to do within a group of people. But with this, with the Golden Palace, it represents, happiness and success in wealth, but also in health. And it's a very stable energy. With the Moon, it's almost kind of like I'm getting kind of like there might be a jealous energy around you, or there's an energy where it's intimidating, or you have an intimidating energy. I'm feeling like there's almost something here is like, hide your wealth, or hide what it is that you have, but be sure to dwell in that. Or as well too, it's dating, and yeah, dating and relating here. Okay, I'm really getting kind of, and I really don't like that term of like high value this, high value that. Um, but there's, for some of you, maybe need to be careful about people coming towards you because of what you have. Like, and then there's this also this message I'm getting of like wanting to attract someone that you can do things with where you're not paying for everything. Um, and yeah, I'm getting kind of like with new connections, with dating, be a bit mysterious about what it is you make and what you've acquired in wealth, to kind of like suss out things, and follow your intuition too, um, as far as what it is that you commit to, or and even what you invest in. If you're investing in something that would light up this house of fun or creativity. Also, yeah. Yeah, so then we have for the outcome, magic stream, or where things are headed, magic stream with the Seven of Cups. Okay. Uh, so I feel overall, some of you Sagittarius are going through some type of elevation in your status or material world, or what you do for work. That would allow you to spoil yourself, or, you know, do things that you wouldn't be able to do in the past, or you a certain group of friends that, or even a partner you couldn't do with before. I feel like for some of you there's a partner coming in where you can do those things you want to do freely, make choices and decisions, because there's this magic stream. Is like you reached a place where it's there's a joining together, there's a contribution, like contribution, who's contributing, um, especially to, maybe for some of you female Sagittarius, maybe a lot of it is like um, taking charge, allowing giving someone else power, and letting them take charge. um, you know, you might encounter someone who's more like, put that away, your wallet, you know, when you go out, um, and there's something here where they maybe are more of someone who would contribute to you more than someone in the past, possibly here. I feel like some of you will be exploring your options too. I also, a creative group. Some of you could be led to a creative group who has common interests, because that's too like where your interests may be changing. What your idea of fun is could be changing, like your lifestyle. That's what I'm mainly getting, like lifestyle changes. It could be going on for some of you. Um, and I just feel like unexpectedly you're going to find yourself in a space that's a bit elevated. Like there's people who, how can I describe this? There's levels to what people do creatively for hobbies. Like painting's coming to mind. That's the only thing I could think of. Like maybe you paint, or that's something that you did as a hobby, but you just hang them in your house, and then but then you meet a group of artists, or people who are, you know, are getting their art displayed in art exhibits, and you know, curators and things like that. And that's just one example. You could be getting into a group of a higher level unexpectedly, or meeting someone unexpectedly. And also to a resistance of taking someone's advice, or you know, letting someone else lead. But I feel like utilizing your gift is something that you really want to do. And so this is a magic stream that you could find that opens up your options, and allows you to dream again. dream. And also, you know, I feel like for some of you, you're coming into more options now. I'm also getting, for some of you, there's a partner elevating in status too with their finances. And so those things that maybe you couldn't do before, you already established the emotional connection. Now this may be a time where they're doing better, and now they want to take over some of the things where you would contribute, or you would take charge and make plans. It's like, no, let me make plans, or let me pay for this, or let me do that. So then that gives you more options, because there's a stream of, you know, you guys are so I also feel like something creative could turn into a stream of income for you guys if you were allowed to give yourself that time and space from whatever your day-to-day responsibilities or work is. Oh, and I also feel it's for a child too, like who you've maybe recognized their gifts in the past, and you were that gentle gardener of like, I'm gonna nurture this gift, I'm gonna buy them, I'm gonna buy these paintbrushes, I'm gonna buy this thing, and let the kid like just do whatever they want to do. And then now you realize maybe like, it's not just about fun anymore. This is something that could be very serious. Like this person has a serious gift here. So what to do with that? There could be something unexpectedly where a child excels, and you're so proud of them. They unexpectedly like, and even if you taught them something, it's almost like the teacher becomes the master in a sense, or they rise up above in a way. So, and you know, with the moon and everything here, as far as the advice goes, it's, I feel, maintain that sensitivity and encouragement. And if they're, you know, need to come to you for support in any way, you know, you may be that source of support. And also for some of you, if you need support, if you need that financial support, I feel like you know where to go. You know what the Golden Palace is for you. But do it privately. And for some of you, there could be something you do privately to sponsor or inspire and or help someone along within their creative gifts. And or someone does that for you, but it's kind of like on the hush, like, don't tell anyone that I helped you with this. There could be a little bit of that. Unexpected, a visitor could actually be unexpected help showing up at your door. Someone who recognized and noticed your power here, or your gift and your talent and the wizard of awareness, and that you're having a challenge using it, putting it into action. Yeah, there could be someone who does come in and say, you know, I think you got something here, and maybe you just need that encouragement, and they come and do that for you. And then all of a sudden you're able to do something on a bit of a higher scale. But it's like, you know, keep that resource to yourself, and also to with a partner who has a lot of resources. You don't want to blab that to everyone. And you know, there's just could be some circles in your life that are changing due to that. And you know, that you don't want to be superficial. You make connections with people for who they are, not what they have. So that's important. But the reality is that sometimes when you are in a certain level with some people, and then all of a sudden you elevate, it's not you that changes, it is them that changes, because then there's jealousy, there's a little anger, and why can't I have that, and that type of thing, and or they have their hand out for the work that you did to excel and elevate yourself. So you see how that goes. But I feel like you guys, whatever situation it's ending here in a sense where you can flow with like-mindedness and a group that's making something happen. But also there's more options here for you to dream and increase in some way of this house and what it is that you do. Now, for those of you dating, I feel like for some of you too, this is someone unexpectedly blocking you that you've been dating, but it's actually an unexpected help. So don't let it trigger you, or as far as like rock your self-esteem, or feeling like that, because what's coming in are more options for you to consider, who are more in alignment with you. You know, if someone has come to the point where they are realizing they're not in alignment with you, and you feel that detachment, again going back to that emotional detachment, you, even though you still may be very attracted to them, you do have to let them go. If they have their back turned to you and they're going on, and you know, you might feel a little bit way about that. And the Queen, especially in a challenging aspect, could represent anger or something like, oh, how dare you leave me, like I do the leaving. No, but you know, it's like, if they do that, let them go, because actually this is like, rejection is protection. Unexpected in a way, rejection is protection. So yeah, that's what I'm feeling for most of the message. I think I got most of the things out for this house that could be going on with you. Yeah, for those of you single, if you experience that, you know, options are coming towards you, and intuitively you may know that you need, you know, you can do better than where you are or who you're with or something like that. There's some options here. There's a place where you will find people on your level, or you know where you're going, what you're trying to attain. All right, let's get a Moonology card to tie this together. Sagittarius. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. Okay. So that's a nice message for you. Safety is something that provides an environment to be free to dream, to be free to create, to be free to have fun, and not be too caught up in the worries of the world. You know, you may be in a bubble that is very safe, divinely protected, and yeah, guiding you. And I would say it's even safe for someone who may have a negative influence. And again, rejection is your protection. It's a safe thing if for you, and it's a good thing for you if someone decides that, you know, you're not in alignment anymore. So that's the message I have for you, Sagittarius. I hope it was helpful. Thanks for watching, and take care.